Welcome to the Fast Five. Coach Vaught here with another Fast Five, 5 minutes or less of information you may or may not know. Today we're going to talk about endorsers, and I happen to have one with me today. I want to welcome to the Fast Five, Vince Welch, our newest endorser. Vince, thanks for being here.
Great to be with you, Mike.
Well, I want to welcome you to the Fast Five, and this is, I've known Vince a long time. And I want to mention what a great person he is, high character, integrity. He's a very positive guy, just a great person and a great family. Now, you can see Vince on Fox Sports. He does a great job covering college basketball and NASCAR. And I've got a few Fast Five questions for you so everybody can get to know you. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, tell us just where did you grow up, Vince?
Indianapolis, lifelong resident, and which is even a little more strange in our business that typically you move around a lot. But I've been really blessed to, for the most part, stay in the Indianapolis area my entire career. So that's home. It's still where I'm at. And as long as I live somewhere near an airport, I'm good. So I might as well stay where I'm comfortable. And certainly this is home to me. And I'm thankful to be able to still continue to live here.
Well, it's a great town, and you also have a great airport to fly out of. I love that airport. Now, I know you have a wonderful family. Tell everybody about your family.
Well, I have three children, son and two daughters. My oldest is my son, Dylan. He lives in North Carolina now and works in the broadcast industry, also racing related, as do I. So that's a little bit of a unique relationship that we have. More often than not, the only time I get to see him is when we're at the racetrack together. But and he does some racing as well in the open wheel world of sprints and midgets and so forth. So that's a little bit of an initiative for us to keep us bonded together, and so we certainly enjoy that. And then I have two girls. My oldest daughter went to Michigan State and on an athletic scholarship. She was a distance runner, high school state champion here in Indiana, and lives in the Michigan still, and is a PA, a physician assistant up there in the OBGYN field. So she loves that. And then our youngest daughter is a freshman at Indiana University, and she's on the rowing team there. So you can tell by all of that great athleticism that my wife is a tremendous athlete. My wife, Trudy, certainly keeps us on the straight and narrow, and couldn't do it without her. And certainly in my field where I'm traveling all the time, she has certainly been the backbone of our family throughout the kids growing up. And now we're just about empty nesters and looking forward to that era of our lives.
Oh, yeah, that's an exciting time for you. Now, I know you've done some really cool things. Tell us a couple of highlights of your career that were really neat.
Well, I think if, looking back, certainly in most of my career has, even though I grew up a stick and ball kid, a lot of my career has really dealt with auto racing. And I've been fortunate to be a part of the live television broadcasts of both the Indianapolis 500 and the Daytona 500. And that's a pretty small list of people that have had the opportunity to do that. And I'm certainly thankful, to be able to do two of the biggest sporting events in the world, certainly the two biggest sporting events in that genre of sport. And then also I work at Fox. Of course, it's affiliated with the Big East and college basketball, and I love basketball. And so I'm really fortunate to be able to be at various arenas calling college basketball games in the Big East, which is a tremendous conference. And there's so much competition and great fan bases with those schools, and just love that. Worked at ESPN for many years and spent a lot of time on college football sidelines, and that was a great thrill as well. And being from Indianapolis, it's a tremendous high school community. I've had an opportunity to call some wonderful high school events, which in many professional broadcasting careers, they look back and say, high school. But I call a high school basketball state championship game with 40,000 people in attendance. And so that's always a memory that'll stick with me for sure. And for our baseball fans, we had a baseball stadium here in Indianapolis called Busch Stadium, and it was an iconic stadium for our AAA franchise. But my grandfather used to take me there when I was a small boy, and then I was able to broadcast on television the last baseball game ever played at that stadium, which was a great thrill for me. And certainly made me think of my grandfather, who's passed on now, but all the great times we had at that stadium. And then as well, broadcast the first game ever at the new stadium, Victory Field. So it's a centerpiece, Victory Field, a centerpiece of downtown Indianapolis. If you've ever spent much time here, you've certainly seen it. But just all in all, Mike, I've just been so blessed to work in the sports field and to have an opportunity to go some of the greatest events, and not only go to some of the greatest events, but work with some of the greatest people, and whether it's coaches or athletes, but also those that work in my field. So many of the tremendous people behind the scenes that make it possible, and just very blessed to have had this lengthy career. And at some point, I'm sure it'll come to an end, but I'm loving every day of it.
Tell us something that most people don't know about you.
Well, I've kind of grown a pickleball addiction. For those out there that play pickleball, you probably know exactly what I mean. So I've certainly, as somebody who grew up kind of in the stick and ball world, and my knees and ankles wouldn't allow me to run up and down the basketball court anymore, and the tennis court took its toll on me. But pickleball, you're not quite moving as much, but it's still equally competitive. So I really enjoy that, and I enjoy getting an opportunity to do things that maybe a lot of people wouldn't get a chance to do. I skydived, once. Would love to do that again. Although most people think jumping out of an airplane would be a crazy thing to do. If you've never done it, you know how exhilarating it is, and certainly love that. And I really enjoy helping people when I can. As part of the prison ministry, whether it's doing things through my church, or through other companies or affiliations or charities that are faith-based. I really enjoy that as well, and just try to be somebody that can help somebody else along in a time of need, because we've all been in a position where we need a little bit of help, and I try to keep that in mind.
I'm all with you. I think it's all about giving hope to people, especially at this point in our life, right? Well, what's your favorite Zurvita product? We'll wrap it up with that.
Well, what's not my favorite Zurvita product? I run through the list just about every day. I like to start my day with the protein. I really enjoy that chocolate flavored protein, and I put that in my shaker with some milk, and kind of do that to start my day a lot of times. And the repair drink, I enjoy that tremendously. And as you kind of get to the age that I'm at, and you play enough pickleball, you're sore. It seems like every day. So maybe a little bit of repair in the morning and a little bit of repair in the evening to get me feeling a little bit better. But the Zeal Plus has been terrific. I enjoy that as well. The H2O to keep myself hydrated, and the fuel. I really enjoy the fuel before a workout. I try to get 3 or 4 workouts in a week as well, and that gives you a little extra get up and go. So I tell you what, I've really enjoyed the product, and multiple products throughout the course of my day is my routine.
Well, Vince, I really appreciate you joining me on the Fast Five. Thanks for being the newest member of our team. We're excited.
Well, I'm excited as well, and I grew up in team sports. I still feel like I work in the team sport world, in the broadcasting world. It's all one big team, and I'm pleased and honored to be a part of this team as well. Thank you, Mike.
Well, we're excited to have you. And that's it for this episode of the Fast Five. See you next time.